sick joke?
Oh, I wish it was.
The car skidded, it hit the central reservation. Would have been quick, I hope.
You weren't,
What?
You didn't get someone to tamper with the brakes?
Look at him. He's devastated.
Yeah, or desperate. I mean, the way Gavin was behaving.
Not that desperate, flipping heck.
Gav was my mate. Even if I didn't act like it.
Even if he didn't act like it.
He had a ticking bomb in his chest.
He had a bottle of vodka in his veins. That's what you said. If he lost control of that car, it'd be no one's fault but his own.
Oh, you want to work on your welcome face?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were Faye.
Oh, I thought this were Faye's party.
Well, it was. No, it is.
She's gone AWOL.
Her own birthday party.
No, she's gone to get some proper music.
I don't know why. They won't let her play it except at a whisper.
Oh, Tim, act your age, not your shoe size.
I'm a 43.
Oh, ignore him, he's sulking. Come on, come in, you're welcome to stay. Have a sausage roll.
Yeah, have 10. Better still, have a glass of wine.
Oh, that's normally my line. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Make it a large one. Oh, and he'll go large and all. Dry white, lemonade.
We're not stopping.
Yeah, we are. We've got Faye a present.
Well, not that she deserves it. Honestly, what are you teenagers like?
Oh, she'll be sat on a wall eating chips or something, happy as Larry.
Who is Larry?
Yeah, I've always wondered that, because every Larry I've ever met's turned out to be a right miserable git. Larry Billington at school used to give me wedges and ant bites and Chinese burns. He's got a string of pubs now. But is he happy? Do us the honours, will you, kid?
Oh, come on, Super Dad. Don't you think you better go and fetch birthday girl? I never know when I've gone to a lot of trouble here.
Well, not that much trouble.
Yeah, we don't want to be heavy with her on her birthday, though, do we?
Is this true? You're moving to Portugal? Because if you think you're taking my son with you, think again.
His mate Matty rang from Leeds. His was the last number in Gavin's phone. Paramedics rang. They wanted to check his identity.
I should have pushed it more. The myocardia thing.
You did?
Harder. Not just messages.
I went to know he'd lose his phone.
Some lame conversation that he totally ignored. I should have sat him down and told him straight, get yourself checked out before it's too late.
Would he have listened?
I should have made him.
For all we know, there's nothing wrong with his heart. But if it was off his face last night, that...
It's because he knew he had money coming.
Money he'd extorted with threats.
Compensation.
My eye.
Payback.
You're rewriting history now.
Yeah, because he's dead. Whichever way you look at it, that is down to me.
Maybe we should get going.
What about Faye's present?
Well, if you leave it with me, I'll make sure that she gets it. Listen, thanks for coming, you two.
Yeah, no worries, and thanks for the drink.
Thanks for the sausage rolls.
Yeah, come on.
Anyway, you'll be wanting to go as well, won't you, Tim?
Will I?
Yeah.
Well, you pick your moments.
Sorry.
What have you been doing, downloading stuff?
No.
Well, we're giving up on you.
Well, anyway, your guests are just going, so I'll speak to you later.
I didn't come to drink.
Just remember it's still Faye's birthday, yeah?
I was going to come and see you as soon as this was over. Ask Gary. Ask anyone.
They all know then. You've not discussed it with me, but the rest of the street have had the lowdown.
Look, maybe you two should take this next door.
Maybe we should get going. Oh, we could take the boys.
Yeah, I'll go and get them. No, don't bother. It's not happening.
I'm sorry that you've had to hear this secondhand.
Have you ever been to Portugal?
Just listen.
Do you even speak a word of Portuguese, apart from peri-peri chicken?
It'll be a better life for both of us.
With Linda. You've not clapped eyes on her for 18 years, and now you want to turn all of our lives upside down on her say-so.
No, my say-so.
She walked out on you without a backward glance.
Yeah, you don't know the facts.
I know that you couldn't stand her till a week ago, and now she's filled your head with all this big talk, and you've fallen for it.
It's not talk. It's a lovely house. An outdoor life. You know, kids aren't sat hunched over computer games. They're out at the beach, running around the square. And it's a small town. Joseph would be safe. And with family.
You're not family.
She's got a birth certificate that says so. And she says so. Look, I know it's been a bit tough for you lately.
So you thought you'd kick me while I'm down? Were you going to wait till I was at the hospital? Try and sneak him through passport control?
No.
She might be a pushover, but I'm not. Joseph's place, Joseph's family, is here. End of.
You know, until you turned up, they were getting on just fine.
All you saw was the bully.
Blackmailer.
That wasn't him, not really.
Just because he's gone, you don't have to turn him into a saint.
I'm not. I'm just saying that the Gavin you saw, he was much nicer than that. I bagged my first Munro with him. Ben Moore on Mull, 3,000 feet. I'd never heard of the place, but he'd been going since he was a kid. It was the best camping trip ever. We just bum around the island on the back of his bike playing guitar for pints.
Packed a lot in.
Oh, right, this last trip, I've lived with him for, 18 months? I paid rent for, 6. When he had money, we lived like kings.
And then he stole your girlfriend.
That started off as a joke. You don't get it. He'd do anything for a laugh, anything.
This isn't a wind-up, is it? Revenge. You heard him. He was always trying to top each other. Are you positive?
You didn't hear Mate's voice on the phone.
So, after all this pantomime, Michael will never get to meet his son. What do we tell him? A mistake. Do we tell him anything at all?
Oh, no. You look like you've just seen a ghost.
What did the doctor say?
He just needs time.
You go back next week, we don't have time.
Well, I could always delay my flight.
No, you've got your business. Season's picking up, you even said so yourself.
We'd find a way. Show him the villa online. Let him see what you'd be moving to. You know, we could take him out there, call it a recce.
No, he won't leave Sinead.
Well, where does that leave Joseph? If he's with her at the hospital, day in, day out.
With his family. There's enough of us to take up the slack.
Yeah, but for how long, though? You know, it could be years before Sinead's back on her feet.
No, he'd manage. He's a brilliant dad. I've been the flaky one.
No, you just made a few mistakes, that's all. Don't beat yourself up about it. And Chesney, you know, he could have kicked it off, but he didn't, did he?
Well, that's in the past. It's your future I'm talking about.
Do you know what? Your future looks bright, darling. You've got your mum back in your life. You can email her, phone her. You can spend all summers there if you want to.
You've got the best of both worlds, love. We all have.
All right, little man. Thought you'd be eating jelly and ice cream at the party.
Birthday girl did a bunk.
What, before you turned up or after? Hey, come on, I'm only having a laugh.
Wasn't bothered anyway. Parties are rubbish.
Hey, what about the pretty girls?
Pretty girls don't talk to me.
What with that face?
Market. Precinct. Last season's county strip. Why would they hang out with me?
Give us another.
Starting early, aren't you?
Well, I'm a free woman. I can drink what I like when I like. That is the advantage of being this side of the bar.
Oh, Eileen.
No, it's fine. You and Steve were right. I mean, selling peanuts for peanuts is not my bag. Anyway, it's no fun coming into a pub when you work in one. Dutch courage. Got a date. Was it obvious? Oh, great. The cavalry's arrived. Adrian's going to think I'm a right loser.
More support. For two.
Bad night.
Borderline disastrous.
Well, I'm really sorry about that, Sean, but I don't need babysitting, so 180 degrees shoe.
Well, we're all here to support you.
Well, Mr. Country Walks isn't going to like that, and if I'm going to scare him off, I'd like to scare him off on my own.
Well, there you go, with your self-fulfilling prophecies.
Oh, will you stop with the psycho babble? If you really want to help, go and stock up on some consolation chocolates.
Fruit and nuts.
Don't enable her. Come on. Sean,
I thought I recognised the imprint. It's all those Sunday evenings in front of the Antiques Roadshow. What did you do? I rang a dealer. He practically snatched my hand off it. £320. All to friends of Weatherfield General. Oh, you are a marvel, Emily.
That's a matter of opinion.
I beg your pardon.
So far, the scores on the doors are St. Emily 1, Progress 0.
Is there a punchline?
Sadly, Rita, there isn't. The joke's on me, and Billy, and every other gay person who stupidly thought that you could have love and faith.
I'm sorry, I
You see, the thing is, you spout the line about following Jesus. You say that you love everyone equally, but the truth is, you're a bigot. Because if you weren't, you'd be at the comedy night now, supporting the vicar that your God sent to lead you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, don't look so disappointed.
No, you thought you were Callum is due back with Max on time today, we hope.
No, if he brings him back at all.
So, you went mob-handed.
Team Rodwell, that's us.
Didn't work, did it?
Well, it's not so much...
No, it didn't. There's no rise in my sats since the op, and there's no more oxygen through to the heart.
That's why you've been so tired, Michael. I knew it.
Did you?
Oh, yes, come on, you forget, girl. I lived with Alpha.
What, your dead husband? That's really going to cheer him up, innit, Gran?
I keep saying, we've all got to go sometime, haven't we? I mean, if your name's on the bullet, then
Dad,
you've...
please.
Sorry, son. Ignore that. That's not what the doctors were saying.
Look, there's loads of other options.
Yeah, and if all else fails, we'll put you on the transplant register.
Yeah, but I won't get a heart.
You might. Eventually.
Michael,
If anyone can cope with this, you can. You're a very positive person, isn't it? I mean, you're Mr. Glass half full, you.
It's Leanne. Sorry, she's been covering for us at the bistro.
Oh, right. Listen, you go. You don't want to stand around here listening to me moping.
You sure?
Well, we wouldn't go if we didn't have to.
I tell you what. Why don't we all go? Change of scenery, few drinks, eh? Glass half full.
Have you blotted out today? What did the doctor say?
Life is for living. I'm fine with an orange juice, but David looks like he could do with a pint.
No, I better stay here and wait for Max.
No, I can hold the fort, love.
Oh, well, Callum's gonna love that, isn't he? Devoted stepdad out on the lash. But it's fine. You lot go, have a nice time.
Audrey, can I tempt you?
Do you know, actually, my ankle's playing up again, sorry.
Right. Here's looking at you, kid.
No, I'm sorry. To be fair to Shawnee, it's his own you he doesn't understand.
You have nothing to apologise for.
I should have done a better job of explaining my position to him.
Hello, I am still here.
I can hardly miss you. Mouth on you.
When I see an injustice, I speak out. That's how I sleep at night.
Injustice
Might I be allowed to speak for myself? I am no homophobe. Ask young Sophie.
Well, your actions and your attitude, well, they say different. It's the way you are with us. You're cool, snippy. You don't think we should be together.
It's none of my business.
You and your pals up the parish.
Well, I can only speak for myself.
As long as he's a vicar, he shouldn't have a life.
Your private life is between you and your God.
As long as we don't rub your nose in it.
Sean, enough.
Don't side with her. She doesn't even like you.
Have I ever given that impression? If so, I'm sorry. I'm a traditionalist. I like choirs. I'd pick a well-trained choir over a pop group any day of the week. I am what I am. And I wouldn't thank you for a night of alternative comedy. Everything else, I'm afraid, is in your imagination.
Well, I may have misinterpreted.
May?
I may have misjudged the situation. And if that's the case, then I'm very sorry, and I hope that I haven't offended you, Emily.
Not offended. Saddened. But I'm pleased we had the chance to clear the air.
It's very generous of you.
Yes, it is. Very generous. So we'll leave you to your night, ladies. Billy, you come in.
Can't have it cold. It kills the taste.
Kills it? It doubles the pleasure. Cold chocolate takes twice as long to melt in your mouth. Sean will tell you. Deep breaths. There's no stigma these days. He probably walked in so that you were out of his league and legged it.
Don't do that. The sympathetic thumb.
Julie, she wasn't stood up. There'd be steam coming out her ears.
Yeah, I didn't bottle it. I took the mature view. I mean, I don't know this man. I've had more in-depth conversations with Norris Cole.
You stood him up? Oh, Eileen, that's so mean.
I did no such thing. I rang him. We agreed we get to know each other before we met.
Well, look, you're obviously not that into him. And there's plenty more fish in the sea. If your perfect fella is out there, I'll find him for you. Trust me.
Oh.
Ow.
Hey. I wasn't sure if you'd gone.
I was thinking about sneaking out the gate. I might still.
Oh, Sean.
When did he go? Did he leave with Emily?
I better get back to the bar.
Look, I know, before you say anything, I despise myself 100 times more than you do.
Words are so cheap to you. Despise, injustice, bigot. Bigot.
I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. If it was any consolation, I thought I was standing up for you.
In your world, maybe, but not mine.
I thought it was our world. You called me your boyfriend. That's the bit I didn't imagine.
I'm a vicar. My priority is my parishioners.
Yeah, no, I get it. It goes God 1, flock 2, me bringing up the rear, me or the next me.
She's an old lady. How could you?
Sorry. But I can learn if you just give me the chance.
What I do, my ministry, it can't be reduced to a set of glib headlines. It's subtler than that. I don't want to be your next crusade.
So it's over. Don't know why I'm surprised. It was over the moment you asked me to pretend to be just friends.
No. Sean, I came looking for you tonight to apologise. And I'm glad I did now, for Emily's sake. If the guy's doing a sound check, I'd better go.
Do you want any company?
Best not. I'll have my hands full.
Right, so you need to decide if you're buying them for footy or just chilling with your mates.
Oh, this is nice. You're not tearing lumps out of one another.
Look at these.
Not footy boots.
Trainers, kicks, crepes.
That's not a trainer, it's a surgical boot. Oh, I told you I had one of them once when she broke her ankle.
Nah, they're well smart.
Yeah, and they're also white.
Yeah, and he needs to learn to keep them that way.
£100? Yeah, the quality. They'll last 4 times as long as these tatty things. Look, they're coming to pieces already.
Nice spiel. Do you think I was never young? Crop tops, platform trainers, over-the-knee socks. You name a 90s fashion, and I begged and pleaded for it.
Yeah? You were allowed to be a teenager, so what's the deal with dressing style like a kid? Oh, he's not asking for a whole new wardrobe.
And I baby wipe them every night and clean them every week.
And never?
Ever put them in the washer.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, I suppose you have had to put up with a lot lately. Oh, go on then, we'll get you some new trainers.
Thanks, Mum.
Not 100 quid's worth, though.
I'm allowed these all the time.
You can have cucumber.
Pinot for table 6. Andy. Right, just go into the office and take 5 minutes.
The Pinot.
I'll get it. Just go.
So I'm being selfish. I don't want you to go.
Even if it's better for me in the long term.
Jury's still out on that one.
Yeah, about Mum, not about the Algarve.
We've had this view of her for so many years. It's hard to shift it. And she's given it such the hard sell. What if South Raphael isn't the town of your dreams? What if the work's boring? Or the clients are dead snotty?
Well, then I'll come back. But at least I can say I put my kid first.
And I didn't.
No, it's not the same, is it? You need to be near the hospital. Or Gary and Dad and Anna. It's not even about that. You've got a skill, a career. What have I got? Nothing, just a nice smile. I want a fresh start. Where I'm not the schoolgirl mum or the bankrupt daughter. I can just be me.
Can't argue with that.
It's not the same as having your blessing, though, is it?
If that's what you really want, I won't hold you back. It's only half the battle, though.
Oh, cheers. Yeah, I know.
All right, lad. I need to ask what brings you out here.
Can't think in the house. Too much of Joseph's stuff around me. People forget. He wasn't an accident. We might have been young, but we chose to have him. To live with him. You know, bring him up right.
Do you know, you've done a better job than some folk twice your age.
If Katie beggars off to Portugal, what'll I be? No different to my dad. Missing in action.
You? No, never. Besides, you know,
Don't give me that guff about modern technology. If Joseph falls off his bike and scrapes his knee, I can't hug him by email. Katie's selfish. I'm sorry, but if she wants something, she'll find a way to get it. OK, so I've taken my eye off the ball. I mean, Sinead could have died, and now Katie's using that against me.
She's not, I swear. Her mother might be. Linda's got money in the bank, and, you know, the gift of the gab. Katie's just had a head turn, that's all. All she wants is a better life for her and the lad.
Sunshine in a swimming pool, how is that better? Joseph's got his granddad at one end of the street and his cousin at the other. His Auntie Beth and Uncle Kirk upstairs. We might not be loaded, but he'll never want for anything. Never be lonely. Never be short of a laugh. Katie's thinking about what's best for her, not what's best for him.
He's absolutely shattered. I don't know what they had him do.
Well, it's full of it. Park, trampoline.
How long's this lot been sat here?
Grandma Marion's roast dinner. Actually, she looked very nice. You know, Callum's mum. Homely. Not what I expected at all.
Solicitor letter, final.
Oh, what is it?
Well, I asked them to put the frighteners up him.
So, what they come up with?
Mediation. Sit in some do-gooder's office and suck up to that worthless piece of biology. I'm finished.
Oh, no, don't say that, sweet.
Well, Grant, if the people I'm paying are not willing to stick up for me, it's over, innit? Bye-bye, Max.
Right, quick trip to the loo.
This is torture.
I know.
Wish to God I'd never set eyes on you.
Oh, Gail, go easy on him.
We need to tell him.
No. Not a word. This is your mess. You're shouldering responsibility, not a word to Michael. Ever. His son is never coming back. Till his dying day, you are Gavin. No escape. The best Gavin you can possibly be. Got me?
Well, the boys really get their groove on this weekend. We've Saturday night takeaway tomorrow at 7. Then a game show like no other. That's brand new. You're back in the room at 8:20. Coming up tonight, tarantulas for supper, anyone? Things get tough. It's Bear Grylls' Mission Survive. Next.